to explain more about what's going on with all of this. Jackie.
Yeah, Trisha and Todd, the hit was an ugly one. And with all the kids playing hockey across Vegas now, there's a question of what's being done to make sure kids are having fun in the sport while also staying safe. For youth hockey players in Vegas, watching a Golden Knights game is an opportunity to learn.
As much as you don't want to, use the telestrator to watch Ryan Carpenter get hurt in that situation, it is a teachable moment.
A teachable moment that prepares kids for how to play on the ice.
Say that this is how it was done right. This is that split-second decision sometimes where they're making a trip to the penalty box or not decision. Can you see the guy's numbers? Is he turned?
Flynn says coaching players the right way begins at the earliest levels. And although hockey is a contact sport, Flynn says that kind of physicality isn't introduced until the players are older and more advanced. And then it's brought in with proper technique.
There's ways to hit and there's ways to get hit to prevent injury. And I think we teach all those in the appropriate time.
Dr. Roddy McGee is an orthopedic surgeon at Total Sports Medicine. He works with athletes both youth and professional and says there are things parents can do as well to help prevent their kids from getting injured in hockey and other sports. Number 1, make sure the child's equipment fits properly for both practice and games. Number 2, make sure your child warms up before he or she gets into the more competitive part of practice or games. And finally, monitor for signs of fatigue.
Those are times when kids are most at risk for an injury. So look for things like guys putting their hands on their knees, big deep breaths, skating a lot slower, things like that.
McGee says knee, ankle, shoulder, and facial injuries are the ones he sees most common in hockey players. As with any collision sports, McGee says there's a high risk for concussions, but with awareness, parents can help prevent what's known as the second hit.
The second hit syndrome is when somebody has had a concussion and then sustains another head injury before they've fully recovered from that first one.
McGee says with any sports-related pain or injury, it's important to get checked out.
Make sure they're properly evaluated, make sure they've had proper recovery before they're back on the field or ice.
And both people I spoke to wanted to make the point today that of course there's a risk involved in playing any sport, but typically the benefits of playing that sport, the team bonding, the life skills that you learn along the way, those typically outweigh any risk of injury.
Yeah, very true. I played football through high school and college. I have the scars and the operations to prove it, but it definitely did teach me some great life skills, Jackie.
Exactly. So,
Jackie, thank you.
Of course.